let's answer some questions. So I posed the question on Twitter or X, whatever we're calling it these days, to ask me some questions about the market, anything in general. So let's go ahead and get into those questions. I have yet to read these, so I'm reading them pretty much live to you guys as I answer them. So the first question is from Petros. If you believe a stock is going to go up, what additional data do I look for to buy the call instead of the stock? It's a pretty good question. So basically he's asking me why I would look at the options instead of the stock. I would kind of treat the stock more of just a longer term bet. Don't really care where it's going. But if I'm going to trade the option, I'm expecting the move to happen a lot sooner versus more in a longer duration. So any example that I might have of that would be near the end of the year. I always just have had this read that November, December, January, February, March are always the months that things go crazy. So I'd rather play options during that time of the year, play the stock middle of the year. So the next question is from an inexperienced trader. Great name, by the way. How does the present run in the blockchain crypto space, I'm assuming, feels to you the most early versus now or literally next level? Long question. I feel like it's not as violent as it ever has been. I just feel like the people that are willing to take bets on these just aren't there anymore. The whole FTX thing, I think, put a big stigma on the space that may last a long time. I don't know. It just does. I feel like the best way I could describe it is I feel like it's the stock market in 08, 09. And then that run that happened for the next decade was the most hated move ever. So I feel like crypto may be in the point where we might be in the most hated bull run in the space ever. How's your trading journey going? Did you stomach some hardships this year and last year? As I see you're incredibly resilient. Yes, of course. Also, the other question is, what is your scanning procedure for these pennies? And how do I examine which one is worth buying? I've done scanning stuff a whole bunch. I have videos over on Investors Underground that can be watched. But yeah, trading and your trading journey is probably one of the hardest things that you might go through because you're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. But really, is the downs worth it? Is always a question that you're going to have because sometimes those downs can be so long, but the ups are always worth it. It's what you always remember. You can go spend your money. You can go live your life. I would have to say it's one of those things that as long as you know that you're going to achieve something and you put the time and effort into it, continue doing it. And there's a question on APX. So it's a meme coin. Meme coins are one of those things that even I'm learning as we go. I kind of wrote them off even when Dogecoin made its crazy move in early days when Elon Musk started talking about it.
So it's a hustle. Yeah, it's a hustle.
Even I wrote it off because I'm like, it's a meme coin. It's a dog coin. What's the point? Like, there's no actual, value to this. But meme culture, what I've seen in the last year or two is pretty powerful. Like, the best thing I can give an example of is this chill guy thing. I saw it on ESPN today. In fact, I saw it on a Virgin Voyages Instagram post. So essentially, how I think this is happening is that some of these people that are in charge of these social media accounts probably own the token, so they're just promoting it through these channels in some weird ways. Because if it's more seen by more people, there's more reasons for other people to buy it. And it's just this whole weird economy that even I can't figure out. So play at your own peril as far as when it comes to meme coins, specifically APX. Obviously, it was the doldrums of the bear market in the last few years that, I saw this guy post this crazy thing on Twitter where he just asked ChatGPT to, and I don't even know these people, the actual ones that programmed this. Basically, he asked ChatGPT or programmed it to build a meme coin. It did everything. I think he had to put in some ETH to actually make everything work, and that was really all he did. It picked the name, it picked the amount, it picked, all these different parameters. That's why I liked it. And there's other weird reasons why I like it. Pepe was one of the biggest memes on the internet. My first username on the internet was AstropepeX, and I saw it posted on X. So those are kind of just the weird reasons why I like it. What could it do? I have no idea. It's just something that I enjoy. And why do other people buy meme coins? Because they enjoy it. At least I think. I don't know if I'm going to include the chart, but I'll include the question. Crazy one for you. Does LMT, so Lockheed Martin, chart predict war escalation? Is this everything so manipulated that the market can predict the future? I posted something on Lockheed Martin a few months ago about it. Actually, I think it was over a year ago that I posted about Lockheed Martin. And I just thought that because of the things that were going on in the world, that it was just probably a decent potential buy. The dividend was pretty high, but as far as predicting the wars and charts and all that, yeah, it's possible. And I think the question probably stems from the poly market predicting the US election. That was kind of a wild thing. You kind of knew that it was going to be Trump before it actually was, if you were paying attention to poly market, because his odds were 92 to 95%. Ours before everything was actually called. Next question is, what is your favorite method for trading memes? Uniswap, Phantom. Well, one of the things that I know is Uniswap is all pretty much Ethereum. I don't know if they've updated it since I've looked at it. Phantom now has, I think they have Base, they have Ethereum, which you could buy just about anything through Phantom. So if I had to choose a wallet that you would transact through these things right now, and this is not an endorsement of them, Phantom seems to be the best as far as speed, liquidity, and everything else. Again, not an endorsement. I have a question. Do you lift, bro? Sometimes. Not all the times, but sometimes. From DFC Rage, real question is, how do you manage to be first on so many things, and how can you go over the use of Dimo, HNT, hotspots, and other deep in things? So I just read a lot. So the way I found Dimo was I actually was reading a book called Web3, which is actually really good. If you've never read it, I recommend it. Written by Alex Tapscott. I was reading it on a cruise, saw that Dimo was one of those things, looked at the chart, and I was like, this is just interesting to me. The fact that you could do zero knowledge proofs of your car data, get potentially paid for it. It wasn't even that much. It was like $10 a week, maybe less than that. I honestly don't remember. But it's something that has like real world potential applications of being able to sell your car data to anybody who wants to be able to buy that data, whether it's Tesla themselves or Ford or anybody that wants to buy that data. They can buy it in a manner that I feel is useful to society, because I'm not giving them my personal information. I'm giving them my car data in an anonymous fashion. So I found that to be quite interesting. The other one was HNT. I've never personally used it. I just found that it's a fascinating thing that this technology is out there. It exists, that you can share your Wi-Fi signal to other people and then get paid for it. Kind of fascinating. Didn't really look a whole lot into it, but it's one of those things that if it's useful to society, and I feel like having Wi-Fi on a range basis throughout, different populations and area centers, it's probably useful. And it looks like that's all the questions that we have for today. If you guys enjoyed this, like the video. If you guys subscribe to the channel, it's been a long time since I posted this one. So if you subscribe and you're not subscribed, let me know. Maybe I'll do some more of these. That way, if we have some other questions a little bit more interesting, a lot of these seem pretty basic, just let me know. I'd be happy to answer them.